You. This is Everyday Celebrity Media Company. This is Everyday Celebrity Podcast. This is the first episode. We're at Hawk and Pony on Telegraph in Oakland, California. Nice ass spot. Come here and get your coffee for regular, everyday people. I'm your host, Jordan Owandi. This is a podcast about everyday niggas, everyday bitches, doing regular shit. And I started this podcast to talk to people who I thought are interesting and I thought that the fucking masses should know about. So today I have two dudes with me that I know. I know these brothers for a minute. We met on the basketball court. And they are very successful real estate entrepreneurs. One just started his own business. One is an up-and-coming real estate agent. You know what I'm saying? So if you're looking for houses, apartments, or whatever, you talk to these brothers. Name is Tariq, Lionel. I'm going to introduce Lionel first. Talk to the people.
Thank you, Jordan, for having me on Everyday Celebrity. This is Lionel Ford, representing 40 Realty. We represent and establish great customer service for people out there that's looking to do some real estate transactions, whether it's an investment flip or single dwellings or multi-units. With over $20 million of sales over the past 3 years. It's a pleasure being here in Oakland and all the way through North Cal doing business.
All right, next up we got Tariq.
How's it going, everybody? My name is Tariq Holloway. I am from Berkeley, California, born and raised. I'm glad to be here at Everyday Celebrity. Obviously, I've been knowing Jordan for a while. Been a realtor a little bit over seven months now. And I love it, and I am excited about the topic today.
Nice. All right, so I want to dive into how the fuck did you guys get into real estate? You know what I'm saying? That's sales. I can't do sales. I hate sales because I don't like talking to people. I mean, that might be weird because I have a podcast, but I don't like talking to people trying to make them buy shit. So, Tariq, tell me, how did you get into real estate?
Yeah, so I've had an interest in real estate for a while now. I've always wanted to actually pursue my license. One reason why is because I've always been fascinated with the history of housing and how it affects people, especially people of color. And I felt that getting a license and becoming an actual realtor will help change, hopefully for the positive, increase home ownership with black people. And yeah, it's been challenging so far. And my job is to educate people about programs that's out there that they're qualified for, that they may not know that they could be qualified for, to actually obtain home ownership.
Hey, Lionel, how did you get into real estate? Because I've known you for a minute now. You were doing all types of shit. So how did you get into real estate?
I got into real estate probably around the age of 5. And here's a story to that. So my dad, we were here in Oakland, born and raised. My dad used to flip homes here, buy distressed properties, fix them up, and rent them out. And at the age of 5, since I was able to hit a hammer with a nail, I always used to help my dad. So that was my first entry level into real estate, helping pops around fixing up broke-ass houses in Oakland that nobody wanted. And it's interesting, because 25 years later, everybody wants these broke-ass houses. That's going for millions. I remember when they were selling for $25,000 a piece. Now they're selling for over $1 million.
So you think buying a house is a good investment?
Buying a house is a great investment.
Is that the best investment?
The best investment. If you can borrow money from your 401k or friends or family members, I highly suggest you use it as a down payment to buy your first home, because that home will increase in value and potentially make more money than you ever make from an employer.
Yeah. What is the highest amount of commission you ever made?
Tariq, you want to answer that first?
Oh man, I'm out of that. You answer it, man.
These niggas don't want to answer that question because I'm saying they might have some bitches on the side that are listening. But anyway, what are some of the challenges getting into real estate? Like what's the hardest thing about?
For me, I would say not the hardest thing to get into real estate. I mean, all you need to do is pass your license, right?
Was that test hard?
The test is difficult. I mean, I passed it the first time, so for me it wasn't as difficult. You know what I mean? Got to flex a little bit, but the most difficult thing is building up your clientele, building up your business, just like any other business, right? So letting people know who you are, getting out there on the grounds, and letting people know that hey, you can actually become a homeowner. You have to just go out there and try to do it. A lot of people believe is this your experience too? A lot of people believe they don't qualify.
Yeah.
But in fact, they may qualify, but they have to take that first step to get pre-approved, get a realtor, get a loan officer who knows different programs.
I mean, well, the first step is credit, right? You gotta have good credit.
Gotta have good credit. But even with the FHA, you could get FHA if you have a credit score of 580.
Now, for these niggas,
that's not necessarily
that don't know
shit.
shit. What does FHA mean? Because you speaking that realtor talk. What's FHA?
Go ahead, brother. I'll let you take care of this.
It's a loan.
I don't even know what the fuck that means.
It's a loan program offered by the federal government, which it only requires 3.5% down payment to enter into a housing dwelling. So to touch on your question, some of the challenges for me, and being a new agent or agent in general is basically time management, right? So whatever you put into something, how much time you put into it, that's what you're going to get out of it. So to be a successful agent, it's a lot of time commitment, and eventually, whatever you put into it, you're going to get out.
So we live in a Bay Area, right? And it's crazy expensive here. How do you feel about, I'm saying, I don't want to be rude to all the non-colored people listening, but how do you feel about gentrification and all that shit? Because back in the day when I used to come out here during the summers, my grandma, she lives in East Oakland. And back in the day, East Oakland was, believe it or not, was an all-white neighborhood. And then it turned into a ghetto, all-black neighborhood. And my grandma, back in the day, was the first, black woman to own a house in that neighborhood. And I'm talking, back in, the fucking, I don't know, just, back in the 60s or some shit. When Castlemont was, the top high school in fucking the Bay Area.
Wow, Castlemont.
Back when Tony and all them niggas was dancing and shit. But anyway. But now what I'm saying is the fucking neighborhood is all black now, but people are buying up those houses out there left and right. Because they realize, I'm gonna buy this cheap ass house from these niggas who can't afford it anymore. And then I'm just gonna sit on it. I'm not gonna live in the neighborhood. I'm just gonna sit on it until until the neighborhood starts to look better. So how do you feel about that gentrification, basically? Do you feel like it's a problem, or do you, because sometimes there's pros and cons about gentrification to me, because neighborhoods are getting built better, stores and shit are popping up, but black people are getting pushed out. So what's your take on that, Tariq?
I'm kind of like you. I have multiple feelings about it. On one hand, it looks good, you see Trader Joe's popping up. You're starting to see bike lanes and cafes showing up in areas where they didn't exist at one point.
Uh-huh.
But at the same time, those people are being the original natives from that community are being pushed up because the properties are becoming more expensive, right, and less affordable. So it's an issue that's been around for a long time. I mean, that goes back to redlining, where black folks in specific areas were denied bank loans. So now they're being denied job opportunities. So it's an issue that needs to be addressed. And it sucks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm from South Berkeley. At one point, it was I know South Berkeley sounds funny, right? But at one point, South Berkeley was actually 40% African American.
Yeah.
Now it's around 12-14%, right?
Mm.
So, and a lot of those black people moved to Antioch, Pittsburgh, Sacramento, places that are more affordable, but longer away from jobs. So now they have to commute an hour to 2 hours to get to work.
Uh-huh.
So there needs to be more policies put in place for regulations on, hey, if you're going to build in this community, you need to hire a certain percentage of people from the actual community to work for your establishment. That's what I would do if I was mayor. Or when I become mayor, that's what I'm going to do.
There you go.
How about that?
Since we're on that fucking subject, we're talking to a nigga who owns his own real estate business. When did you launch your company, Lionel?
40 Realty was launched July of 2019.
And you are...
I am the CEO.
I mean, you are the
president,
CEO, obviously.
all of the above.
How did you... What made you decide to launch your own company? When did you it's time? What happened?
Basically, everyone reach a point in their lives where, they're willing to take charge. So by me launching my company, I was willing to take charge of my life and my career. No ifs and buts about it. So whether I sink or sell, this is me. This is who I am. To touch on that gentrification question, how I feel about it, growing up in North Oakland off 47th and Telegraph, today they call it Temescal. Temescal.
This is a side note. When this nigga was in the gym, right, playing ball, he was arguing with somebody, and then what's that dude's name? Dark ass Pryor.
We can't mention it. Yeah.
And this nigga was like, yo, they were arguing, and he was like, yo, you ain't hood or something. And he was like, nigga, I'm from 47th and Telly. Like that was like Compton or some shit. But anyway, continue what you were saying.
From my lenses, when I look at Temescal today, it's beautiful. You got a lot of coffee shops, you got restaurants. It's safe. So part of me, I feel like, wow, when I was walking these streets going to school, I wish I would have been able to stop by one of these cafes or something coming home and, from school or some, or even walking, having my family being able to walk to these restaurants.
So what you're saying is it's the neighborhood is better now.
Yeah, the neighborhood's better
because of gentrification.
Because of gentrification, I just wish that investors would have invested back then when I was growing up. So on the flip side of that, I also seen some pros, to gentrification, because being an investor that purchases distressed homes here in Oakland to fix them up, a lot of the homes that I have purchased were from black families, and whether they've been in probate, unwilled, and split amongst family members, I have seen the impact where these families, African American families, do get a lump sum of money that do help out their future and their situation, their present situation. So those are some of the pros. I think a lot of people do get affected that may have to rent in the area. So a lot of renters kind of get pushed out due to the increase of rent and property values. But yeah, as a youngster from North Oakland, I do kind of wish some of the renovations was going on back then where I can enjoy it, where I see some of the...
Do you have any employees yet? Or are you just like freshly just...
I contract with partnerships amongst others, whether you're a general contractor or realtor or agent. You know, we typically do contracts.
And you, what college did you go to?
Went to UC Davis.
And you played ball for him, right?
A little b-ball, yeah. I played a little b-ball.
Fine as that,
Okay. What position? Point guard?
I was a guard. I was born to play D, and born to shoot a little bit.
Started?
Yep.
No, that nigga didn't start. Fuck. This nigga told me to fucking Google him one time. And I was like, no, nigga, you didn't play no D1 basketball. Then I Googled it. This picture came up with no stats. Nigga, I'm like, how you play basketball with no stats? Not a whole bunch of DMPs did not play.
Politics. We know how that goes.
You either good or you not, nigga. But anyway, so fucking real estate, right? I want to own a home. I want to get I have a VA. I'm able to get a VA loan, right? Because I was in the military. A lot of y'all don't know that, but I mean, Google me. But don't Google me because I don't want y'all niggas all in my business. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, do you know anything about VA loans?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. So VA
So
loan.
explain, yeah, to all the veterans like who know they can get a VA loan but don't know the process. What the fuck is the process of getting a VA loan?
Well, so first you have to, you gotta get all your paperwork established, right? You have to meet with a loan officer. They'll tell you. I haven't had a VA client yet, but they will tell you everything necessary for a VA loan. But I know the advantages is that there's no down payment, right?
That's for everybody?
I believe so.
Okay.
I believe so. I want to say yes.
Yeah.
But for VA loan, no down payment. Another thing is you can use that VA loan multiple times. So it's not like, oh, I could just use it one time and that's it. You can use it for different properties that you would like to own one day.
Can you use a VA loan, say like you are buying a house, say there's a house like that's like $700,000, right? And you want to buy it with your sister. Can you use your VA loan and mix it in with her loan?
You can apply your VA loan to your primary residence. So whether you co-sign with a family member, you can use that VA. As long as it's your primary residence, you can use that VA loan like towards that. So
you have to be in good standings too. You know, you can't. If you got kicked out of the army, then
Nigga, I didn't get.
It might not work for you, man.
First of all, I was in the Navy. I was a top. Some people say a Navy SEAL.
Okay. All right. Well, you got the documentation proving that you should be good.
My DD-214, for all you veterans listening, DD-214 is in good standing. I can't go back in the Navy because they wasn't fucking with me, but I left in good standing. And if y'all hearing shit in the background, because we're at Hawk and Pony once again, so you might hear people, random names being yelled, niggas is ordering coffee and shit. Make sure you come to Hawk and Pony on Telegraph. I don't even know the address, but shout out to them.
Shout
it's
out.
called Hawk and Pony.
42nd and Telly.
Fucking smartphone, so just Hawk and Pony. That's where it's at. That's where the majority of our podcasts are going to be filmed. And shout out to Jason, the manager. But anyway, let's get back to real estate. All right, so Lionel owns his own business called 40 Realty. Tariq, do you plan on owning your own business at one point?
That's a good question. So I'm a realtor with Keller Williams. I didn't state that in the beginning. But yes, my goal is eventually to become a broker in the future and establish my own team. So yes, I do plan on eventually doing that, to answer your question.
Do you like working at that place?
I do, yeah.
How long you been there?
Been there about 8 months now. So they provide training, great mentor, ship.
Who was your
all
mentor?
That good stuff. My mentor? I can't say the name of my mentor right now. Actually, I can. Brian Cheek, holla. If you're tuned in.
Brian Cheek?
Yeah. Brian Cheek.
Shout out to Brian Cheek.
Great
Come on
mentor,
the show.
one of the top agents in Oakland.
Okay, so he taught you all the ins and outs of realty?
Yeah, well, we have training 3 times a week. So, I'm attending trainings, and what he pretty much does is guide me through the transactions. Anything that I'm stuck on, I reach out to him, if it's paperwork, etc. And he's always there.
Does he work for that company, or is it just a dude that you reach out to?
Oh, he works there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. And how many people are under you? I mean, not under you, but how many people are in your,
Office?
Yeah. Is it a big company?
It's a huge company, yeah. It's one of the largest brokerages.
I don't know shit about real
It's
estate.
about 150 people, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Who's the top seller then?
I am.
You are?
I am.
That's what I'm talking
That's a
about.
lie. I'm not. But I will be.
Nah, say it. You gotta say you're the top. You gotta imagine yourself to be the best in order to be the best.
That's
I'm the
true.
number one
That's
podcast in the country. Everyday Celebrity is the number one podcast in the country. We're not, but you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep saying that shit until you niggas subscribe. Everyday Celebrity. But anyway, so Lionel, you own your own business. You flip multiple houses. What's the first thing you look for when you see a house that you want to what's the first thing you look for? What do you look, location or the house or what?
Yeah, first thing, location is number one. And then second would be the comparable sales in
So
the
when
area.
when you're looking at a location, are you looking this location might pop off in a few years, or so are you seeing not what's there now? Are you seeing in the future? Are you thinking okay, this location?
No, I see what's there now. So, I flip homes. I started in the hood, North Richmond. I started in East Oakland, to test the waters. And then, now I'm doing, I'm in $1 million neighborhoods here in Oakland.
Nice.
So basically, I look at what's being sold now. For example, I'll throw out some numbers. So if a home in a particular neighborhood is selling for $1 million, and then there's a distressed property that's up for sale for $700, I'll go buy it.
What defines a distressed property?
Distressed properties are basically properties or a house, a home that's
Termites and shit.
termites, outdated pipes,
Mold.
outdated electrical,
So you got to come in and fix all that.
all of it, bring it up to par, bring it up to what buyers like in a particular neighborhood. It seems like here in Oakland, those higher price points, especially for certain homes,
And you
like
work
older
with the
homes.
same contractors every time.
Yeah, every time. I have my own crew. Shout out to them. Eliu Zuleta Construction.
Ili's what?
Eliu
Eliu?
Zuleta.
What's it called?
Eliu.
Okay.
Yeah,
Eliu.
Eliu. He's El Salvadorian.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
shout
he
out
does
to
great
them.
work.
Come on the show.
Shout out. Yeah.
So you do all that. So they do all that, or
Yeah,
you just hire them to find the people to do everything.
Well, I hire a general contractor, and then
And a general contractor is the person who
the person
finds the
that
plumbers and electricians. and all
correct.
that
Sometimes
shit.
he subs
So you
out
don't- Okay.
whatever needs to be subbed out.
So you just pay him, and then he pays everyone else.
That's
through
correct.
Through his pocket.
That's correct.
It's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
And Tariq, what I was about to ask you.
You forgot your question?
Yo, shout out to cider beer. You know what I'm saying?
Cider beer. Are you feeling it
cider
right now?
beer
What's the
at
percentage?
130. But
6%?
I don't know what the fuck is.
I wish Hawk and
Not-
Pony was here when I was growing up.
What the fuck were you doing? What were you doing when you were growing up?
What was that?
Let's get into your upbringing. So you were born in the Bay Area,
I was born here in Oakland, California,
Oakland, California.
blocks away from Hawk and Pony, where we're at right now.
All right. And you have siblings?
Yeah, I got three other siblings. I'm the middle child.
What do they do? Are they
Um,
doctors or some shit?
yeah, older siblings. They're in the healthcare field, and my younger brother, he's in the banking industry. So I'm the only one in real estate. I
Nah.
kind of followed my dad's path, and tend to take it to another level to represent my family.
And you went to what college did you say you went to?
UC Davis.
UC Davis.
Yeah, go
Was that
Ags.
your first choice or?
It was my first and last. Like I wanted to be close to home. My parents, they relocated to Dixon, California, so Davis is right next to it. I'm not a mama's boy, but I gotta have that.
I didn't want to be far from home.
It's hard to leave mama's cooking sometimes. So
Go to Little Caesars, nigga. So, what was college like? What was UC Davis like? Bunch of white people.
College
white
was
girls.
interesting. It was a culture shock from Oakland. You go from seeing your kind, majority of black people, African Americans, to being the only African American in a class of like 200 people, 200 students.
So you fucked a lot of white girls in college? You don't got to answer that, nigga. You play basketball. I already know. You know what I'm saying? I was a star athlete at San Diego State.
Oh, were you? I know.
Yeah, so I already know what it's like. You know what I'm saying? Google me, but don't Google me. So you graduated from Davis, and then what? You came straight up here, back?
So I graduated from UCD, came back to the Bay Area to work at Safeway Corporate. Shout out to them for giving me an opportunity. When I graduated
Safeway Corporate, come on the show.
Yeah, graduated in 2008, and that was during our last recession. A lot of my peers weren't getting hired, but Safeway gave me a shot. And from there, I was able to work there for a year or two, save up, and buy my first real estate transaction, and that kind of started my whole flipping career.
When you first bought your first house, was that one of your like biggest accomplishments in life, saying that you were a homeowner?
Yeah, it was. I had my first purchase was in Antioch, California, and so in the East Bay. Yep.
We're at Lone Tree on mine.
And I did a FHA loan, where we were talking about earlier, and I tapped into my 401k to do so. So, it was a good purchase, and it was kind of on the upswing of the market, because I bought it at the bottom around 2011, and the property pretty much doubled in value. And then once that was sold, the rest was history.
And you, are you married or are you single? What's going on right now? 1,000 people watching, listening, man. So
I'm married. They can Google me.
You're married. When did you meet your wife?
I met her in the Bay Area, so that was around 2012 or so. 2012, 2013, give or take. And we have a beautiful daughter, Zoe Ford. She's up and coming.
Come on the show.
And 5-year-old kindergarten. My pride and joy.
Nice. What does your wife do?
She works for the state of California, and
I know what she does. I know this family personally. I'm just for all you motherfuckers who don't know. But yeah, she's a cool chick. They got a good family. But Tariq, where were you born?
Berkeley, man.
Berkeley, okay.
South
B-Town?
Berkeley.
South
B-Town.
Berkeley. Is there any
Went to
hoods in Berkeley?
High. Not anymore, unfortunately not. Kep knows, though. Kep's from Berkeley, too.
Well, Kep ain't on the show, nigga. He's the director. Shout out to Kep. Since he mentioned him, I got to say his name now. Shout out to Kep. He's the directing this, doing the visuals. If you want to see the visuals, go on YouTube, Everyday Celebrity Podcast. But anyway, yeah. So you're from Berkeley. There's no hoods there now, but there was when you were growing up?
There were hoods. You had West Berkeley, you had South Berkeley, predominantly, I wouldn't say hood, but I would say low-income families, Black Mexican families. And that is no longer the case.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So when did
I'm the only hood one in there now. I'm the only one repping now. You know
for y'all who are just listening,
somebody got to represent.
This nigga say hood, but he's in a full Docker suit. He has Dockers on and penny loafers. But anyway, I support transitioning from the hood to not being in the hood. That's what I'm trying to.
This guy.
Anyway. So did you go to college?
I did.
What school did you go
I
to?
did. I went to Langston University in
Langston?
Oklahoma. Yes, sir.
Is that a black college?
HBCU.
Oh,
Yes,
right
sir.
Yo, a lot of people tell the people why you should go to a HBCU.
So you should go to a HBCU. 3 things. All black, and all black. Right? So
Okay.
I was educated more so. The curriculum was still a little similar, but to a regular college. But I was taught by all black instructors.
It's a good thing to learn from motherfuckers who look like you.
Yeah, for sure.
Like let's say you go to Cal, right, and you're studying African American history or whatever. You got a white guy teaching you that shit.
Yeah.
I would feel some type of way.
Yeah.
Like you can be book smart, but you don't know what the fuck it is to be black. You're a
Yeah.
white man. You studied us. That's all you are. So you went to HBCU. Was there any black? I mean, not black. Was there any white students at the HBCU?
Yeah, you know what? There was one guy. There's one guy named Dave. I remember, and everybody called him White Dave. He was the only white guy that actually.
There's
went
only
there.
one white student at
There's
your
one
college?
white student. Now. But you
Damn.
know what? I heard it's a lot more different now.
Oh, yeah,
It's
hell
actually a lot more white people there. A couple Asians now. So the demographics changed. I don't know
Yeah.
why. Maybe because it's less affordable than other colleges. But yeah, it's definitely changing.
Yeah, I seen a couple videos online. HBCUs have the bands and shit. they had like the steppers. What they call them? Frat boys or whatever. The step shows.
Step shows, yeah.
And there was
Tariq
like
would know.
there was
Step
like
shows.
there was like white guys in the step shows. Like,
Wow.
yeah, I saw that recently.
Yeah, it was a cool experience, man. I mean, you had the step shows. The bands were off the chain for the football games.
Yeah.
The bands would go wild. Homecoming was always jumping. It was a unique experience being around people that look like you, in classrooms. So, closest thing you get to that is in Africa. You know what I mean?
Even in Africa.
I'm not sure when I'm gonna get there. So, it was a
Pretty
great
sure there's
experience.
a Whole Foods in Africa somewhere. Has to be. That's where Africa. Them old white women will go online in a minute trying to get you African niggas. So watch out for that. I've been watching 90 Day Fiance, and that shit is crazy.
I heard about that.
Yeah, I
that's
seen
the
that one
show.
episode.
Oh, with that fat ass old 60-year-old white woman dating this young ass black dude, and then she go pretend like, yo,
Hey.
are you only here for a green card? Obviously, the fuck? Are you stupid?
Hey, opposite attracts.
No.
Opposite
That's
attracts.
That's too much opposite. But all right, so when did you graduate from college?
I graduated 2005.
2005.
Yes, sir.
So what brought you back to California?
Well, like him, man, I'm a mama's boy. I had to get back
Damn.
close with the moms. Check in with the family. Oklahoma was a good experience,
Yeah.
but country as hell.
Yeah,
And I couldn't take any more tornadoes. So I had to come back to the earthquakes
Did
once
you,
every 20 years.
ever experienced like a tornado or anything when you were living out there?
Nah, I didn't experience that. They had tornadoes probably 20 miles away from us, but I never witnessed that personally myself.
Yeah.
What
But
about
yeah.
racism?
No, man, I stayed in Langston. So Langston is its own little city, right? So I never left Langston. Only time I left Langston was to go to downtown Oklahoma, where it was a little more diverse. Never experienced any racism, no. I didn't get out that much, though. I stayed in the dorms, man. I was a nerd.
So you came back to California right after you graduated, or did you try to live
Nah,
in?
I came day of graduation, man. I was back out here the next day. I was out here the next day, man. It was a cool experience, but not that good. I feel like every black person should experience the South, man. Just because
Fuck
when
that.
you get back, man, you're a lot more thankful for
Appreciative,
what you
yeah.
have out here.
I mean, I used to
You
live
know
in
what I mean?
Virginia for 2 years.
Did you?
But Virginia, it's the South, but the people are not Southern. The people are fucking because you got a lot of motherfuckers from New York and Jersey and Philly that come down to Virginia because the housing is so fucking cheap to live out there. So it's a country setting, but the people are like East Coast city
Right.
dudes. But yeah, I hate the South. Like, I hate everything about the South. But I mean, I'm trying to go global, so y'all niggas can listen to me in the South. But I hate that. Like North Carolina, all them Confederate flags, and y'all niggas just taking down statues of racist people in 2019. I don't fuck with it.
Huh.
But yeah, that's what's up. So, Lionel, what's your next plans with your business?
Well, my next plan.
Like, where do you see your business in like the next 5 years?
Oh, okay. Well, at the moment, I'm getting my mortgage originator license, so I'll be providing lending service as well as realtor services as well. So I'll be like a in-house boutique service, pretty much handling transactions from lending and representing clients on the purchase side. So that's where I kind of see myself growing into 2020 and just building it out from there. I mean, helping as many individuals as I can, and preaching financial literacy along the way, and giving back to my community.
Nice. What about you, Tariq?
Same thing, man. I'm always looking to grow. Kind of like this brother right here. I would love to be a broker myself one day, have my own team and business.
You will.
And,
I see it.
Corporation. You know
coming.
what I mean? It's just right now, I'm still young in the real estate game, so I'm just going, trying to continue just to grow, learn, and give back to my community as well.
Is real estate your passion?
Yes, sir.
Is your passion
Absolutely.
too?
Yeah, I would say so. I would definitely say so. It's it's the first thing I think about, and the last thing I think about.
Real estate or just being a business owner?
Real estate.
Okay.
Real estate.
All right.
Yeah, all aspects of it. So I would consider that a passion. If you're spending the majority of your thoughts on a whatever subject or whatever event you're doing in your life, then that would be considered your passion. Just like Everyday Celebrity is probably yours.
Yeah,
shout out celebrity. Shout out to Jordan.
Yeah, shout out to Everyday Celebrity Media Company.
Crossing good on the basketball court.
The company that's behind Everyday Celebrity Podcast. And shout out to the people listening. Like I said, we're the #1 podcast in the country. And if you wanna holler at me, go on the Everyday Celebrity Media Company website. Shoot me an email. I'm looking for an intern. I'm saying I'm not gonna pay you. But you gonna be in charge of a lot of shit.
Let that be known. I'm not going to pay you, but you're going to be in charge.
The thing is, we go to grow together. We're gonna grow. You're gonna grow with this company, and this is gonna be a multi-million-dollar company within the next 5 years. Trust when I say this. But yeah.
How about for you, Jordan? Is this your passion?
No, my passion is basketball.
That's every guy.
Nice
That's every
I'm
black
nice
guy
as fuck
passionate
on the
about.
basketball court, but I'm just not tall. So that's the only reason I'm in the league. But yeah, I mean, this is kind of being a business owner is my passion. I'm tired of working for niggas. Period. I was gonna say something else, but I'm just tired of working for people. I want to be my own boss, and I think a lot of people should find what they're interested in, their passion, because a lot of people are talented. They're just scared to fucking take that leap of faith. I've been listening to a lot of fucking Les Brown is.
Oh yeah.
He's like a motivational speaker. I listen to that motherfucker like every morning before I start my day, and he gets me fucking hyped.
Shout out to Les Brown.
Yeah, shout out to Les Brown. Come on the show.
LB.
Wherever you are. And yeah, I've been listening to him, and he gets me hyped. So if you want to listen to like a motivational speaker, I suggest you listen to fucking Les Brown. But yeah, so we're at the time of the show where I let my guests just say what the fuck they want, or if they want to promote anything. So, Lionel, I mean, what do you want to tell the thousands and thousands of people listening to this podcast? Where to find you, your social media, And if like blah blah blah.
You can find me on Lynel40. That's LYNELFORDY on IG, Facebook, Twitter. Website www.40realty.com. If you're looking for investing in a property or any type of real estate transactions, I'm definitely your guy. I'll make it happen. Lending too. You guys need some refinancing or
I need like $5,000.
We're gonna talk about refinancing. I mean,
I started a fucking GoFundMe. Yo, I forgot to say this. I got a GoFundMe. Shout out to them. But niggas ain't donated yet. See what I mean? Holla at me on my GoFundMe app, and I just need 5,000. So give me 100, 200, $50 here and there to the listeners. All right, so Tariq.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, boost yourself up, promote yourself. What do you want to tell the people?
So if you are a buyer or a seller or looking to lease, you can hit me up. My IG is Tariq_realtor, or you can hit me up on my website at www.tariqholloway.com. I'm sorry about that. Scratch that. We gotta edit that. www.tariqholloway.com.
It's your shit right,
.kw.
You're supposed to be a professional. All right, so that's it. That's how they can find you. All right, so once again, you know what I'm saying, these two brothers are up and coming in the game. If you have any questions on anything about real estate, if you want to learn shit, if you want to buy a house, if you just want to talk to these niggas, they told you where you can find them. You can holler at me. I can send you to them if you didn't understand what they were saying. But and shout out to Hawk and Pony once again in Oakland.
Hawk and Pony.
4210 Telegraph Avenue. The best coffee shop I think in Oakland.
The best.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Come here and get you a hot coffee. This girl made me a hot coffee, and she made, you know how they make the little prints on the top of the hot coffee?
Yeah, like the
so
leaves.
so she made a Michael Jordan silhouette. I was like, yeah, you winning. I'm gonna holler at her after the show. She been giving me that eye. She probably think I'm famous or something because I'm doing this podcast. But yeah, shout out to Hawk and Pony. Shout out to Tariq. Shout out to Lionel.
40 Realty.
40 Realty. And you can find Tariq. What did you say? What's your company name?
My company, I don't have a company.
Yeah, well, what the company you
but
work for?
the company I
then?
work for is Keller Williams.
Keller Williams, yeah. Shout out to
My
them.
website is www.tariqholloway, HOLLOWAY.com,
Okay.
or Tariq_realtor on IG.
Nice. And you can find me everydaycelebritymedia.com or Everyday Celebrity Podcast on YouTube, Everyday Celebrity Media on Instagram, or Jordan Owandi on Instagram. Yeah, hit me up DMs, ladies. I'm trying to get I'm trying to get a fucking assistant. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So once again, thank you Hawk and Pony. Thank you Tariq. Thank you Lionel for coming on the first show of Everyday Celebrity Podcast. And yeah, check us out. I mean, we're gonna be on all platforms, iTunes. Mostly iTunes, you know what I'm saying? So just look for iTunes. And this is the end of the show. Holla.
All right. Peace.